Okay, then the first ever qualifying session complete here in Las Vegas, and it brings us to the main race now under the lights here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome along to the penultimate round of the F1RC Season 11 campaign, round 23 of 24 here for the first ever Las Vegas race, as I've already stated. We've got a stacked out grid here for you today, so let's introduce your first ever Las Vegas starting grid. Then Chris, of course, snatched pole position away from this team, so he gets another pole in his luck, with James starting in P2, making the Rusty's 1-2 once again. Bruno got P3 for Lamborghini, looking to overtake Braun GP in the constructors today. Then we have Danny in P4 for Red Bull. Then with P5 is going to be Gaspin, with P6 belonging to Trident. Then P7 goes to Vieira in the McLaren, with P8 going to the Red Bull here of Demo. Then we have the Ferrari of Sam in P9, with P10 rounding up the top 10 is going to be Quag. Or sorry, this is Neto, my bad, my apologies. New driver. Then we have Quag in P11. Oyster got a grid job in qualifying. He starts in P12 with the Ford of Matt in P13, Axel in P14, P15 will go to Bobby here in the second McLaren, P16 another new driver is Pi Luca, he got a mechanical issue in Q2, P17 is Bacon, and P18 will be Pixel. Alongside me we
Bobrick
have...
is apparently just joining the game,
Who?
because he forgot that the race is now. Bobrick.
Oh my...
I told him to just get to the back of the grid, but...
Oh, you're joking. Okay. Why the hell are Eli and Lars here?
So he starts from the pit lane now?
No.
No, he get to the back of the fucking grid.
Okay.
Where
we
is...
can't, we can't, hang on. Actually, no.
Okay, Bobrick, yeah, just... Okay, yeah, there he is. He's towards the complete back. Yes, just... Yeah, go. Okay, now we are...
Everyone ready? Alright then.
Yes.
Hopefully this goes well. First ever Las Vegas Grand Prix upon us, lads. Wishing everyone the best of luck. You all know the CC limits. Let's get this started. Matsky out of the way. Alright then. 35, 40, 45, the CC limit. Alright then, as the lights now start to turn on with 5 laps ahead of the drivers for the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix here in Nevada. It's lights out, and away we go. James does get a decent start, but Chris looks like he's going to the better one. James Ruby can't pull up alongside his teammate in the turn one. Short run down to the first corner, and Chris is able to defend, still maintaining a Rusty's 1-2. Bruno with a decent start, but he's having to defend up the Mercedes of Gasman behind him. The Ferrari looks like he's been involved as well. He's had a terrible start, but James Rigby looking to pull up alongside his teammate right now as they head into the middle sector. Here comes James Ruby to the inside, up turn 5. This is, can he get the lead off of his teammate? He can. James Rigby into the lead. There's a Red Bull that is flipped, and I don't know who it is, but there is a Red Bull upside down here at turn 5, and it is Demo, I believe. My frames, it's Demo, so Demo has crashed it. And here in Las Vegas, we can't even last the sector. It is a lap 1 safety car under the lights here as I'm gonna drive the safety car. Oh my god.
Alright, okay,
God
Demo,
damn it. Okay, it is horrible, horrible news. That was a sideshow. Jeez, horrible news for Demo.
Neto, I saw Neto cutting the entire chicane, but he did slow down enough, so...
Okay, I'm gonna wait for the leaders at
I
the
don't
exit
believe
of the
he
pit
has gained
lane.
any.
I'm gonna wait for the leaders at the exit of the pit lane. James Rigby, I believe, was the leader at the time, so everyone watch pit lane and watch for speeding in pit lane. Everyone's coming around the main straight now. Chris has overtaken the lead once again, it looks like. Okay, so watch pit limiters. Everyone slow down into the pit lane. Slow down. We can see your speed. James just about cutting it close. Alright, there was a car that
okay, who's
through.
That? Trident, you get the penalty, you get the warning.
Danny
that
stayed
is
out.
Matt get a warning.
Okay.
I think the timing was glitched.
We'll change the laps. We're gonna change the laps. So Danny is the leader.
Yeah, don't worry, Boom, we've had this before. We are... Okay,
yeah.
So Trident...
It'll fix itself eventually.
Matt Quag, warning for speeding.
Okay. So, Danny the leader, the second Red Bull is 1 Red Bull out of the race, the second leading the race. Trident, Matt, and Quag, warning for speeding in the pit lane. That's their only warning. Yeah, it's wrong, bro. It's wrong. It's just a sign to let you know that the pit lane entry's right there. Alright, currently...
And they were going faster than 80 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, so currently
Trident
safety car at the back
did not hit 80, I think, until the end of that chicane.
Safety car at the
There's-
Las
who the
Vegas Strip. Why is the Rusties overtaking? Chris, slow it down. Or James, I don't know who. I think it's James. Slow it down, mate.
Neto
Danny's
is still at
leader.
the sphere.
James, slow the Rusties. That's
Holy
right
fuck,
at the
you're-
front. Slow it down. Leaderboard is bugged. We will fix. Danny is the leader. Yeah, safety car out for one more lap. Safety car out another lap.
They are just coming onto the strip now.
Okay. Safety car's out for another lap anyways. Looks like the Lambo's coming in. So everyone comes in. Again, Danny stays out, so he's still the leader. Oh shit. Okay. Might have crashed. We'll change everyone's
Whoever
laps,
that
don't worry.
Lambo was, R23. Warning for speeding.
Okay, so out of the 20 people who qualified, who didn't start the race?
What's it called? Nether Castle is one, and
I think that's everyone because Bobrick made it on time.
Patrick made it. Yeah. So can y'all do change all laps too?
Done.
Alright. The leaderboard will fix itself eventually. But tell me once everyone is
Okay, where is the last car? The last car currently is entering the sphere section.
Okay. Oh, they're all pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna be going third gear, 70 miles an hour. Safety car
Yes,
could
they're now
be
coming through
in
that
this lap.
chicane.
Alright, the safety car is most likely gonna be in this lap. Chris is not the leader. Danny, the Red Bull, is the leader. Danny is the leader. Holy crap, Ferrari. Okay. Speed up. I'm waiting for people to... Yeah, I know. The safety
They're
cars are
caught up
kind
now.
of... Okay, safety cars are pretty chaotic here. Danny is the leader. Everyone behind the Red
All
Bull
we
of
care
Danny.
about is who the leader is.
Yeah, all we care about is who the leader is. So, holy lag, I understand. Okay, so, safety car in this lap. I'm going to peel away. Danny, control the pack. Everyone stay behind the Red Bull. I'm zooming away. Stay behind the Red Bull of Danny. Once you see a yellow flag, do not go. Just wait for Danny to go. Danny can go whenever a yellow flag gets waved. And once Danny goes, then it's a green flag. So, we're just waiting on a yellow flag for Danny to go whenever he wants.
Okay, Danny is controlling the pace right now.
Alright, I'll let you know when I'm in the pit lane. I'm approaching the entry now.
He's in.
Alright, so yellow flags in the final sector. You can go whenever you want, Danny. Everyone still stay behind the Red Bull. I can't spectate everyone, so I have to... Oh yeah, you should probably do that, yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, if we could load.
And he's gone.
He is gone. Okay, so green flag. Back racing here in Las Vegas with Danny, your race leader. Obviously, my lap doesn't count. So Danny looks like he is leading. And then we have in P2, Axel's had a bad restart.
Someone's already flipped Axel. Axel's out.
Oh my
Axel's
god.
out.
Oh my god. Where's he at? On the main straight. Jesus
Main
Christ. Jesus, it's on the main straight.
Here's what I'm going to do. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Gear 4. Gear 4, everybody.
Who the fuck
You're
told
forward.
this guy to... Alright. Everyone fourth gear. Everyone slow it down for God's sake. We can't even get to racing. Alright. Sam, slow down. Slow down, Sam.
Wag, slow down.
Yeah.
Alright, Axel jump out. Axel jump out.
Fourth gear. Everyone fourth gear. Fourth gear. We can see your speed.
Okay.
Gaspin, slow down. Quack, slow down. Trident,
Okay.
slow
Trident,
down.
slow down.
Get off the track. get
Red
off the track,
Archer,
don't
Neto,
do the
slow down. Neto, slow down. Ginger, you're out. So,
Anyone
Neto,
who is currently
Neto,
above,
Neto,
just give them a
stay-
pen.
Yeah, Neto, there we go. Yeah, slow down. No, okay, you're not gonna
Okay.
drive backwards. No, you're not gonna drive backwards, bro. What are you doing? No, just drive. What the hell?
Okay, virtual safety car ending within the next 10 seconds.
This guy Neto's like lost. This guy, I don't think he
Green
knew-
flag, green flag, green flag.
Fucking hell. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was. But okay, we got a safety car restart. Danny has not, or VSC restart. Danny's not going to particularly good one. I think it might be even in 3 abreast by the time we hit the chicane here into the final sector. You can see the Rusties and James Ruby pulling up to the inside, trying to defend the inside line, but Danny up to the inside. Triple wide into the chicane we go. But James Rigby, I believe he is going to be leading here in Las Vegas tonight. I can't really, there we go. Okay, there's the rest. Yes, it is James Rigby leading from a Rusties 1-2. Bruno, sorry, that's Oyster up to P2. P3. Then it's Pixel, then Danny. Danny hasn't gotten a good restart. Then it's Trident, Bruno, Sam, Quagger, top 10. Then it's Matt, Luca, Bobbrick, Bacon, Vieira, and Drift. Both McLarens at the back of the grid. We had 2 DNFs already, unfortunately for them. We're still only on lap 5 of 32 here, so it could be a long night on the lights here in Vegas. But James Rigby, crucially, the one out in front, but I think top, they're trying to pull up alongside his teammate, maybe around the outside. He's going to be forced a long way around by James Rigby, and James will defend for the time being, but he's left the inside gap open. Chris tried to lunge up the inside, but it was audacious to make an overtake there, and he's lost some time to his teammate. Even Oiskry now trying to apply some pressure, as now they head towards the spear, and now towards the Las Vegas strip. We blast flat right to left-hander, turns 10 and 11, now into 12. Another left-hander, Chris doing anything he can. A little bit of a mistake by James Rigby though at the lead of the race, and Chris now up into P1. Oiskry's even made an overtake to P2. There goes the V-Carb as well. Bruno not too far behind as well. He's fighting with the V-Carb of, I believe, Pixel, that is. Yes, it is Pixel and the Lamborghini of Bruno side by side. Danny not too far behind as well, so Danny could maybe think about a lunge, but Bruno trying to defend the inside line. Pixel has the overwhelming speed, 339 kilometers an hour by the time he hit the brakes here into the chicane. Pixel all over the shop, all over the chicane, and he's lost some time. Bruno makes the spot, Danny makes a move, the Mercedes of Gasman and even Trident has made a move. Chris into the lead of the race, and he leads Oiskry by 1 second. James in P3, Bruno P4, Danny P5, Trident in P6, Gasman P7, Pixel with a mistake in P8, Quack P9, and Matt still near rounding up the top 10. Luca right now, I believe he is in P11. He's fighting with Matt trying to get into the points for Ferrari. So Luca on his debut, maybe getting into the points if possible. Side by side with the 40 is at the moment as we're going to complete the first sector. You slam on the brakes at 150 meters. Can Luca make the overtake? He can, and into the points goes the Ferrari. Sam, his teammate, not too far behind as well. But Matt trying to make a move himself, but isn't able to make it at the chicane. But a mistake from Luca, and the experience of Matt might have allowed him to make the overtake once again. But Luca and the Ferrari doing anything he can to keep this Ford behind him, and what this is doing is allowing Sam in the background to catch up. And there's the opportunity, 3 wide into turn 12. I believe this could be Ferrari, 2 Ferraris and 1 Ford. The Ford of Matt has made a mistake, and he's felt the pressure, and both Ferraris easy overtake, and I think it's now Sam ahead of Luca. So Sam a 2-for-1 overtake, into the points we go. So well done Ferrari to at least get the Ford of Matt out of the way. Down at the back of the grid we have Drift in the McLaren. I believe Vieira as well is behind. If I could spectate him on the DSC, I'm looking for the name DSC. I don't know, I can't really find it. I'm fucking blind.
Wait, what? Oh, you're calling a virtual safety car?
DSC.
No, why would he?
What?
Why would he be calling
Vieira
one?
flipped, they say. They said Vieira. I said DSC. Vieira flipped it apparently. We haven't.
Oh.
Okay, so that's why I can't see him. I don't know where that car is at. It's a McLaren. That's all I know. So.
What's his
name? DSC something. DSC FDGH something like that. Last sector they say.
Last sector.
Okay.
I can't. I'm currently looking at the last sector. I can't see a flipped car.
And auto flip is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it flipped,
You can't unflip
I can only
it.
assume it was a barrel roll.
Oh, it's
if he
it's
was
at the
still
start of
running.
the Vegas Strip. It's at the start of the Vegas Strip.
Oh.
Oh, that's sector 2. That's not the last. Okay, yeah, I see it now.
It's at the very
Oh,
end.
Matt says he
flipped
slipped.
it.
Matt flipped.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He's flipped it at these at the, how do you call it, the sphere.
At the sphere side. Bro, that's a slow section. How do you flip it there? Oh my
Hey,
god.
Oh no, that's the chicane. He flipped there, I think.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna
And then
follow.
just somehow
I think we call a safety car on that one. There's 2 cars.
Where's the... Yeah, it's right on the freaking track. Oh my god.
When
Oh
the
my
leader
god.
just went by.
The leaders just went by though. Okay.
I mean, if it's safeguard doesn't.
There's 2 cars on the
wait
track that
for
we need to get rid
leaders.
of. Safety car. Second safety car.
Alright, safety
Holy
car.
crap.
I'm just gonna wait. Everyone overtake.
Yeah, everyone overtake the safety car. Ratty at the exit of the pit lane. Well, leaders will
I'm
be...
at the entry of the pit lane, watching for people.
Okay. I'm also gonna watch pit lane. Actually, I don't know why I stopped flying. Actually, no. I'm gonna go remove the Ford real quick. Boom. Go remove the McLaren.
Okay, only one
okay.
McLaren has entered the pits.
Okay. I'm gonna remove this Ford.
Neto's made a nice entry.
Alright, Matt. Unfortunately, you're out of the race. Sorry, mate.
Okay, everyone inside the... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Pixel flipped. That was my fault.
What do you mean your
Sorry,
fault?
your
What the fuck were you
fault?
Oh
doing?
my
I
god.
accidentally rushed into him.
You what?
How?
Okay,
What?
I accidentally sped into the McLaren and then it collided with Pixel and then he flipped. That's not his fault.
Why do you have collisions?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Spawn in a new car, Jordy, and
His
then
car
bring
isn't gonna
Pixel.
be able to pit. That's the issue. There's a second V car at least. Okay, bring Gan. Pixel, take that car. You're lucky there's a second V car. Multiple cars in the pit lane right now. Leaders are in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm really sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Oh,
Pixel.
who's that?
I'm really
Not
sorry.
Quag has not pitted, so Quag is leading now.
Okay, Quag's the leader. Okay, so the Audi's the leader. Where's... Oh my god, man. Where's Pixel's car? Okay, it's that one right there. Alright. Both cars removed, I believe. Boom, you have collisions, mate?
I think I
Quag
picked
is the
up one.
leader. Quag is the leader.
Oh, who the fuck is this far back?
Shit.
There's someone currently on the strip.
Oh
driving.
my god. What car is it?
It's an Audi. I think it's Red Archer. Red Archer,
Archer.
just wait in the pits for the safety car. I think it's better at this point.
I'm at the chicane.
Yeah, he's at the freaking
Like
steer
this,
section.
speed
So Red
one.
Archer, wait. Yeah, you could just wait in the pit lane, I guess. We'll change
Who
everyone's
has
laps.
just come out the pit lane? Bobby.
Okay, I didn't pit. Oh my god.
Then drive. Okay.
He'll catch up eventually.
I
We're gonna
feel like
change
the safety car
everyone's
should go slightly slower then to make sure we don't. This doesn't take a couple laps.
Bro,
I mean,
we're not even.
what the fuck do I do? There is someone waiting in the pit lane.
Just keep driving.
mean,
Keep driving
wait.
your normal speed or whatever pace you're at now. This is fine. No, Quag is the leader. Quag
No.
the Audi's the leader. Audi's the
Why
leader.
would it be a red flag?
Yeah, why are we gonna do a red flag? No.
What?
Quag is leading. TVK. Yeah, TVK. Safety car approaching the main straight now. We'll change everyone's laps as well. Drivers coming into the pit lane. We're gonna watch speeds. Everyone looks clean,
I
yeah.
think Hoist was on the
On the limit,
the
but I think
very
it was
limit
fine.
there.
Yeah, it was on the limit, but I think it was good. Yeah, yeah. Okay, there goes the. We'll change
I would
everyone's
highly
laps as
suggest
well.
Hoist to slightly go slower. Wait, no, not yet, because wait. Where's the time line? At the beginning or the middle of the?
Beginning of the straight.
That's how they want to.
Okay, then
Audi 1-2.
set all laps 9.
It's okay. Okay, we're just gonna. Yeah, there we go. Change.
But no, wait, one of them is
Oh, you already did
lapped.
it. No, we changed the laps. Oh yeah, well, one of them is lapped. Okay. No. Well, Quag's still mainly the leader though. That's what matters. Everyone's gonna be catching up as well at the end of this lap, so I'm pretty sure. What the hell?
Yeah, I think
Who
everyone
the
is
hell
now
just?
currently
Well, I went straight on. I think that was Red Archer. He went straight on. Okay, he's fine, but okay, that was kind of
Okay,
weird.
I think safety car in this lap because
Yeah, yeah.
everyone has finished or everyone's caught up.
Okay. We'll say that at the end of or at the start of the strip.
I have to turn on some fucking lights here because it's almost like black as Kanye.
Pi,
Right,
what are you
last
doing?
Ferrari, what we doing, mate? Quag's still the leader. Vision
Okay.
lag, yeah, vision lag is
So it's
quite
the
a
Audi. Who the
oh,
fuck?
Audi, Red Archer.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Wow, safety car in this lap. Quag is the leader. Everyone behind the Audi of Quag. Wait till a yellow flag, Quag, and that's when you can go whenever you want. You control the pace though. Everyone behind the Audi of Quag. Holy. Has
Quack,
Quag
please
ever
don't
done
go
a
too
restart?
fast.
Oh, he has done a restart before. He knows how to do it.
Oh shit.
Oh. Alright, Arati, well,
If you flip
yep,
the safety car,
yep, we'll just,
I just
Yep.
overshot.
lovely. Alright, so whenever you want, or, Quag, you can go. The safety car is, somewhere around there. He, might have fumbled.
I'm
He
just...
just, yeah,
I'm gonna find my way.
he'll find his way back eventually. But, yeah, yellow flag will go whenever you want, Quag. We're just waiting on him.
Green flag is waiting at the start-finish line.
Alright. Alright, there goes Quag. He is booked it now. Green flag. Back to racing we go. And Quag does get a good restart. Looks like the Mercedes of Gaspin. He's gotten a pretty good one too. He's
No,
up
it's
to P3.
it's a Rusty's.
No, it's a Mercedes.
Oh,
in
he has a
P3.
P3, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no, he
Gaspin!
flipped it!
Oh, Gaspin at turn 1! Oh, no, at turn
Oh.
1, Gaspin. It's a horrible mistake. Oh, and you would think the experience would help out, but GG's for Gaspin. He is out of the Las Vegas Grand Prix because we're just gonna green flag. We've had way too many. This is off the racing line, too. So what we're gonna do is just gonna yellow flag.
Last 11.
Yeah.
How many fucking safety cars are we gonna have? We've had 2.
That's
and
why I
one
said
DSC.
me race.
So how many DNFs is that? Like a
Fucking-
good 5 or 4?
Five
So
already.
far,
Five.
I've tracked 5. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
No, wait, that's 6. That's 6 DNFs.
Okay. James Rigby's had a horrible restart. I don't know what's up with him, but he is down all the way at the back. So yeah, there's that. But back to green flag we go. Oh, Red Archer, another mistake by him. Unfortunately for him, but let's see. At the front of the grid, I'm not actually sure who it is. We're gonna just.
It's a Rusty's and then a Lamborghini behind it.
Okay, so it's Chris leading.
I think that's Chris and Ois.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Chris
Ois hits the wall.
Ooh, yeah. A little wide through the chicane. I think in P3 right now. I think it's V-carb right now. Yeah, it's a V-carb for Pixel. So Pixel to P3. He's gained massively from that. So Danny up to P4, Quag in P5. Go on, Quag! Go on, mate! Oh, Pixel a bit wide though. Pixel a bit wide through turn 1 that might allow Danny to make a move, but Danny is a little wide himself. Lots of V-lag. I'm gonna rejoin the game because yeah, it's getting okay, well, yeah.
There goes Chris. There goes Ois. On 2 wheels, Ois. There goes Pixel, Danny, Bruno, Trident, and everyone else.
Alright. Oh, chaotic race that we've had so far, but we moved.
Okay, that is a warning for cutting, Neto, because this time you did it really obviously.
Alright. Okay, well, we're gonna see what the midfield fight is like right now. It looks like the 2 Ferraris in the background having a ding-dong scrap right now. It looks like the Audi of Quag under pressure from Bob Brick too, so this could be a 4-way fight right now for, I believe this is P5. Currently, it is still Sam ahead of his teammate. But Bobrick applying pressure to the Audi of Quag. Sam a little wide into the chicane. Bobrick's made a move on Quag. Pi Luca might think about a move. Look at Trident though. Trident's made a mistake and he's lost a multitude. He's going to lose maybe 3 or 4 positions here because those cars are zooming past them. Sam gets through. Pi Luca taps the wall a little bit. Quag to the inside trying to make a double overtake, but he's overcooked it on the brakes. And Trident will sneak through. So will Pi Luca. So will Bobrick. So audacious attempt from Quag, and it wasn't to be. Wasn't meant to be for him. Sam is still ahead. He's going to try and catch up to Bruno ahead of him in the second Lamborghini. Back to the race lead we go, though. Chris is leading up on 2 wheels through the Sphere chicane. That's what I'm going to call it today. Oh, screw again.
Bruno going on 2 wheels.
Yeah, Lambo is really pushing, and remember, they have to be careful today, but also trying to risk it for maximum points that they can get. They have the chance to lead the Constructors' Championship today. And Oiskry, at the exit of turn 12, he slammed the wall, and he is facing the wrong way around, so Oiskry, a big mistake, and it's cost him a multitude of positions. From P2, he's going to be all the way down to like P8 or 9, so Oiskry, not ideal for him. Oiskry, big mistake by the Lambo. Sam's gone through.
Neto, if you cut that chicane one more time, you're gonna get a penalty.
Lovely, okay. Well, quick cutting, mate. So now it's gonna be up to Bruno Raptors to... Okay, Bruno, calm it down. What's it called? It's gonna be up to Bruno Raptors to score some points, some big points now, because he's behind Danny and Pixel right now. So this is for the podium. Lap 14 of 32. Here in Las Vegas, Pixel in second, Danny P3, Bruno up to P4, but Pixel wide. Look at Danny, he's now prancing all over the V-carb, right behind him, and Pixel wide again, and that allows Bruno up into a podium position. So 2 big mistakes at turns 1 and 2 for the V-carb. Danny stepped up into P2, so thank you very much. Same thing with Bruno. So those 2 into a podium position while Chris continues to lead out in front. Let's see. Bruno now can maybe make a move on the Red Bull of Danny. He's right at the rear end of the RB. And you can see Pixel, he is losing a bit of time. Those drivers behind it, that pack of cars is all over that V-carb now. But I'm more interested in this fight for P2 as Danny a little wide, Bruno a little wide. They both make tiny mistakes, but not enough to cost them that much time. Looks like Oyskry has made up some ground. He's gotten past the gaggle of cars. He's now up back to P5, I believe this is. And Bruno Raptors, he's not close enough for the moment to make a move on this Red Bull. They blast towards the chicane, 339 kilometers an hour. By the time you slam the brakes into the chicane, Danny taking it smooth. It looks like he's maybe pulling a bit of an advantage out on the rival behind him. Oyskry trying to gain on Pixel ahead of him as well. As Chris the start of the 15th lap of this race. Danny still P2, Bruno P3, then Pixel P4, Oyskry in P5, then it's Sam P6, Triton P7, Piluk in P8, Borbrick P9, James Rigby in P10. Something's gone with that Rusty, whether it's something mechanical or just a massive mistake, as he should not be down in P10, nearly 11 seconds behind his teammate. Then it's Bacon in P11, Quag P12, Drift in P13, and Red Archer down in P14. So
Just currently drifting to show off.
Yep, of course. He is going through that flat right to left-hander before the strip. And Bruno hasn't been able to close on Danny. Pixel is under pressure from Oyskry. I think Oyskry might have made the move, which he has in the chicane. Oyskry up to P4 now. So this is crucial for Lamborghini. Oyskry, that early mistake, it hasn't affected him now. He has moved past that and he is making moves here under the lights. So Oyskry really going for it, and he now could be applying pressure to his teammate ahead of him. Alright then. So Danny now has two Lamborghinis behind him. One, or actually both of these cars' mascots, they are bulls. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, one bull defending against two charging bulls behind him. Bruno, a little bit of a mistake. Pixel was allowed to close up. So is Oyskry. So great exit from Oyskry. Great exit from Pixel. Bruno under pressure. Oyskry's made the move on his teammate. But now can Pixel think about a move on the Argentine then? Into turn one we go. Pixel to the inside of the corner at turn one. And Bruno can't do much to defend it. But Pixel has overcooked on the brakes. And he is able to defend for the time being and stay ahead of the V-carb. Sam as well. Doing a good race actually for Ferrari, as there is another gaggle of cars behind him. His teammate is in a fight along with Trident, and I believe the Ford of Bobrick as well. So there is that. Trident, oh no, that's the Rusties, I believe. Is that the Rusties? Yeah, that's James Rigby. So James Rigby's made up some ground. Okay, my apologies. And Trident, little wide.
Oyskry's overtaken Danny.
Oh, he has? Oh, come on, I didn't even see it. Alright, well, Oyskry. No, he hasn't overtaken Danny. Oh, he has. Okay. Never mind. So Oyskry, crucially, now it's a P2, and it's now a Lambo 2-3 now. And Danny, little mistake through turn 12. It should be okay. The Ferraris in the background, I see them squabbling about, drifting about everywhere. James Rigby gets past. Trident now applying the pressure to Sam right now. Down the back straight we go, and you can see Sam trying to get into the slipstream of the car ahead of him. And that
Chris has made a massive mistake in sector 2 and lost 5 seconds to everyone else.
And here comes Oyskry. He's now all over the rear end of the Rusties. So Chris, both Rusties are struggling here as the two Lambos behind him are squabbling for position. I think Bruno is slightly ahead of his teammate, and the gap out in front now just down to 1.1 seconds. We're halfway done with this race. Both Lambos squabbling in the turn one, and they need to be careful. They said they're allowed to fight down at Lamborghini, that Boom said. Both Lambos are free to fight for position, but they need to be careful. They cannot afford to do what McLaren did in real life with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, of course. But you can see Oyskry putting over to the left-hand side, trying to make a move to the inside on his teammate. Can he maybe think about it? To the inside, Oyskry goes into turn 4, and he has made the move stick. So well done to Oyskry, but Bruno doesn't want to give that up so easily, but he's going to be forced to. And Oyskry, another mistake by him, and Danny and Pixel go through, and so does James Rigby, and it's another crucial mistake by Oyskry. So the two Lamborghinis
Oyskry,
fighting.
please keep it clean, alright.
And Boom team principal of Lamborghinis telling his driver to keep it clean. He's got now the Rusties
Oh,
and James
he's
Rigby behind him.
sliding around Oys,
Oh
or
my-
Bruno, whoever the hell is currently in the
Yeah.
lead.
Oh,
Or
Chris
the
is the
Lambo
leader.
that's in the lead.
Lambo's what?
Wh-
No, Chris
Whoever
is
the
leading.
leading Lambo is. Whoever the leading Lambo is.
Okay, that's Bruno. Bruno's sliding about.
So then Bruno slid around.
Alright then. Okay, so Bruno's sliding about, but he can now see the leader, Chris, right ahead of him. And he's less. Oh, they're about to lap a car actually. I think that's gonna be Red Archer ahead of them, and
Yes,
he does get
Nepo.
lapped. So blue flag for Red Archer. He is lapped. As the gap down to 0.8 of a second. Chris under pressure from the Lambo behind him. Let me catch
Wait
up
for a
to
safety car.
Yeah, you can wait for safety car, I guess. You can't cause one though. Don't just purposely cause a safety car. We're not gonna call it. Then it looks like he's lost some time as well. He's now even more under pressure than to the V car behind him, and he's applying pressure. Chris on 2 wheels through the right-hander, but he has
VSC
kept
won't
it
let you
clean.
catch up.
Bruno Raptor's really trying to do anything he can. He needs to keep it clean. He can see the leader ahead of him and just needs to take his time. His time will come. Danny defending Pexel behind him. As we see Oyskry now closing in on Pixel. Maybe he might think a move up at turn 12. Can he do it? No, there's a Red Bull. I think. Oh, has he? No. Okay, my bad.
No, he's not flipped it. No, he has fallen behind a bit, but he has not flipped
It
it.
was just V-lag, okay. The one I haven't done this whole race is a CC status update, but Oyskry has made the move on Pixel, so there's that. Let's do a CC status
CC's,
update.
I think the CC limit should be lowered at this point.
Holy crap, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna make it, we're gonna lower it to 30. Yeah, we're gonna lower it to 30, because it is a street track. So this new CC limit, 30, 35, 40. We made it way too high in the beginning, holy. New CC limit, 30, 35, 40. But your CCs right now, Bruno on 15, Danny 10, Pixel 12, James 12, Trident 9, Oyskry 18, Piluka 4, Sam 11, Chris 3, Bobby 8, Noah 8, Quag 8, Neto 16, and that is it. Okay, Bruno Raptors, he's now real close to the V car. This is to the Rusty. This is the closest it has ever been. Chris a little wide to the chicane, and now these two going wheel to wheel through the chicane. This is for the race lead, of course, but Chris is going to be smart to defend against the Lamborghini behind him. But can Bruno get a slightly better exit compared to Chris and his rival? He looks like he's gotten a better one. I think he might be ahead, but a little bump to the Lambo lets him oversteer for him, and he's going to lose a position again. But he's still trying to fight this as best he can. Hopping over the curb is the Rusty's of Chris, but I think Bruno Raptors has gone on the slightly better exit, and he has. Bruno now crucially into the lead here in Las Vegas. So the Argentine crowd that's over here traveled all the way from Argentina to the United States. They are cheering Bruno Raptors on as Neto goes
Neto
to
says
retire.
he's retired.
Bruno trying to pull out of the or get away from Chris, trying to break the slipstream if he can. Chris trying to be led on the brakes, trying to be strategic, but Bruno sliding all over the place now. Question is, do these drivers choose to pit again? It's going to be interesting if they do. You can see Chris now right behind the Lambo. Can he think about a move in the turn when he's close enough to try? He's going to be trying to be led on the brakes, but Bruno good defending by him for the moment through this flat right-hander, getting real close to the wall is the Rusties. How much he is pushing to try and get back that race lead, and Oyster can see this happening ahead of him. And this is kind of just like Sergio Perez trying to help out Max Verstappen here in 2021. A little bit deep for the Lambo, but he is still going to be ahead for the time being. But Chris round the outside, he's going to be forced. But Bruno a little bit deep into the chicane, and Chris is able to get a switch back again. They go fighting into this section of the racetrack, and I think it's going to be this time Chris now back to
Oh no,
round
James
two.
spun it round.
Oh, and James Rigby,
I
the
think
second
so.
Rusty's now facing the long way around. We don't care about that for the moment. Bobby's coming to the pit lane. It's round two between Chris and Bruno, but Bruno is stayed ahead for the moment. And Oyskry, the more fighting that these two do, Oyskry is closing in on the wall. You can see right, and he's right there, right behind him. So Oyskry not too far behind. Both Lamborghinis are thriving at the moment. One leading, the one giving chase. Chris trying to get the move done. Bruno defending that inside line. He doesn't want Chris to get into the inside. By the time they hit the brakes into the chicane, we go, and Bruno again going defensive, and he does well to stay ahead of the Rusties of Chris.
Yep.
And Oyskry licking his lips behind. He can see the scubbling. He wants to get involved, and Chris is into the pit lane. Oyskry's going to follow him. So both cars into the pit lane. Maybe they're trying to pull the undercut here.
A pixel, that is a warning for speeding.
Okay. So Danny's into the pit lane as well, and this is going to be the final stop. What's it called? That should be a pen. So James saying it should be a penalty. We can reveal. We do have.
I mean, he did go for
Oh,
a
Oyskry,
very
he's
far.
at a pretty mediocre stop, and he's actually might even get overtaken by Pixel here, which luckily he's going to stay ahead. Danny goes through, James goes through, Trina is into the pit lane as well. There goes Sam, Piluka follows him as well, Trina is in, there's a random Audi here. So the race leader, Bruno Raptors, he has opted to stay out. And I think he probably will be coming in this lap. So question is, how powerful is the undercut? Oh, Bruno Raptors tapping the wall. Those tires must be, surely they got to be shot now. So how is the tire wear on that Lambo? We're going to see where Chris is going to be at. This outlap is going to be critical for him. He's not too far behind. He's at that turn 12 section now. He's only about 3 corners behind, but he's still oversteering all over the place, is Chris. So Bruno Raptors is going to need to have a quick pit stop,
Also,
but you can see how
being
much
hunted down by
oversteer.
Pixel.
You can see how much oversteer
Yeah, I've told him
Bruno
he needs to
Raptors
cool
has,
it down.
and Bruno Raptors into the pit lane for Lamborghini. All right, there we go. So where's Chris on all of this now? He's coming through the chicane. Chris zooming through the chicane on those fresh tires. He's got to be loving life in this pit stop. I think it's almost inevitable that Chris is going to overtake Bruno in the pit stop. He hasn't had pit stops here. He hasn't even come into this pit box. Now he has. And there goes Chris into the lead of the race by turn 1. And Chris, the undercut has worked on him. And it's worked quite massively for the Rusties. So Chris and Rusties have pulled the undercut and made it work. Now I got to see
Both
where Bruno's
Lambos
going to
under
come out.
threat by the V-carb.
So both Lambo, so Bruno has come out side by side with his teammate here, under pressure from this is Pixel behind, but the gap out in front has extended massively, an advantage for Chris. Rusty's smart to pull the undercut, and they see that it has worked wonders for them. Oiskry now ahead of his teammate, and these two once again gonna fight into this section. Remember, this is where Oiskry spun a few laps ago, fighting his teammate. Doesn't want to happen again. Spun it a good 2 or 3 times now, so needs to be careful. Down the Las Vegas Strip you go. Bruno a little bit deep into turn 12. Might allow Oiskry to close in. Pixel not that far behind as well. I think Danny also could even think about something. James Rigby, he's got him for company. So, yeah, Danny's got James for company behind him. And then behind James is going to be a little bit of a gap. Then there's Sam, Trident, Piluka, and Bacon, your top 10. Oh.
Bruno, I just told you not to corner cut.
Okay, well, Bruno's still staying ahead of Oiskry for the moment, but the gap is 5 seconds, so that undercut has proved like it's been magical for Chris and Rusty's.
If the Lambos are going to be fighting now, then perhaps people behind will get an opportunity to overtake them.
Yeah, true. It is very true.
Yeah, can you guys just please keep it under control? Focus on Chris, okay? Don't worry about where you finish.
Why are you currently talking as a team boss
in
sorry.
the stage? Like, bro's giving out all the strats to every driver.
Yeah, no orders in stage.
Alright, well, Oiskry still not able to get through on his teammate. Lamborghini looking to take the lead of the constructors right now, and I believe at this rate they will. They need to outscore Braun GP by 29 points today to lead the standings by 1 point going into Abu Dhabi.
Yes, they will. They will be leading if it ends like this.
Alright then, so currently Lamborghini, if it ends like this, will lead the constructor standings by the time we head to Abu Dhabi. Demo's rejoined, hello. So Lambo, preferably they would want to finish like this, a little wide through the chicane by Bruno, and that's allowed Oiskry to make a move now. So Oiskry now up into P2. Can he go and chase after Chris? As the gap is extended a little bit, it's now up to 5.8. And I believe Chris does have the fastest lap, which he does at 20.2. But you can see Pixel...
20.8 he's currently set. That's gained almost a second on half a second Oiskry, a second on Bruno.
Oof, okay, you can see Pixel behind as well. He's under pressure right now from James Rigby, so James has overtaken
They're currently catching
Danny.
up to the Lambos.
Yeah, they are gaining on the Lambos with how much fighting they're doing. James and Pixel are closing, and Danny, he's not that far behind as well. James Rigby making a move here on the V-card of Pixel, but Pixel is going to defend it. But can I be medical car? No, sad.
Medicard doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't really do anything, yeah. James Rigby fighting with Pixel here into turn 12 we go, but James smacks the wall.
Bruno
Pixel
makes a
smacks the wall.
mistake.
Pixel makes a horrible mistake, and he is facing the wrong way at the entry of the Vegas Strip, and he's lost the
Bruno's
position to
currently being
Danny.
overtaken by James.
Is he? Oh, wow. So it's been a horrible mistake
Yeah.
by Bruno. And James Rigby now applying the pressure now into the chicane. We're going to go then with the Rusties giving chase. Bruno's already had to defend from one Rusties. He has to defend from another. And this time it's a world champion that's behind him. So James Rigby applying the pressure to Bruno Raptors. And Bruno, once again, is able to keep the Rusties behind him. But he's probably going to need the help of Oiskry ahead of him. He doesn't want Oiskry to run away with this. So probably Bruno's going to be relying on Oiskry here to help him out ever so slightly. Because James Rigby, he's
But the thing with
got...
Bruno currently is he gains time on James Rigby there, because he did gain another CC and he's only 5 CCs away from getting a penalty. So it could be that he's trying to conserve his CCs,
Ooh.
and that's why he's so slow.
Okay,
Yeah.
it could be a valid point as James Rigby went up on 2 wheels there, trying to push his Lambo, but isn't able to find a way past for the time being. Bruno is 5 away from the limit, as Matsky said, and James Rigby, he's 8 away, so he's got more leniency compared to the Lambo. And Bruno a little wide at the chicane, or sorry, at the left-hander. He has overcooked it, and James Rigby now up into P3. So James Rigby,
I think that was Bruno trying to conserve his CCs. And that's why he's losing so much time.
And that's why he's going wide at that corner. It's very easy to get a CC there, and James Rigby smart to it, able to capitalize on it, and he's now up into a podium position, and now going to go fight after his fellow countryman, see if he can go chase him down. And Bruno Raptors is going to have to do anything he can to at least maintain P4, because Danny, he's not that far behind as well. Same thing goes for Pixel. So they could very much gain and still finish in a high position right now, as we're now on lap 26 of 32. The race coming to a close now, with Chris still leading out in front by quite a ways, about 6.5 seconds. So the undercut that he pitted a lap early before Bruno Raptors has worked wonders for the Rusties, and he is now leading by quite a distance. He just can't afford to fumble it now. A drive like today when Green Ninja Warrior isn't here, a drive like today for Chris could have been crucial in moments like in Qatar, like in Brazil. It would have really helped him in the championship, but a crucial mistake in the sprint in Brazil has cost him the race, or the championship. And Danny trying to keep it on the road right now, because he's got Pixel behind him, so there's that. Luca, I believe he is, yeah, he's had a what's it called? He's had quite a eventful race today. He had quite a bit of fighting with Trident, and even his teammate, he had one with Bobrick as well. James Rigby was involved in that mix as well, so there was that. Trident currently, I believe, he is pulling away from Sam, so both Ferraris currently scoring some decent points haul.
Bruno losing more and more time because of his CCs, and he's now down. Danny is coming up, trying to get P4 from him.
Yeah, Bruno's lost at least a second compared to James Rigby on that previous lap, and Danny is closing. And remember, Danny, he's on 22 cc's, just like James Rigby. Then James Rigby up to 25 now, but still advantage Red Bull and Danny to go and chase down this Lamborghini here. So I'm gonna rejoin for the final time. Let me see. There we go. Today's podium, bro. Nice. Smells like burning in my house. I think my parents are like cooking or something. So, it's from outside. Okay. Oh, they're grilling. Okay. Oh, and just smell like a bunch of smoke. All right. Well, there's that.
Oh, Pixel just spun it.
Oh my God! And Pixel again at that very corner, turn 12. Another spin for him. Not been a good day for Pixel. Oh, okay. Well, let's see James Rigby doing his thing. So now I think James Rigby's actually even now closing it on Oiskry now. So Oiskry.
Well, we can see with the lap times. Yeah, he gained 3/10 on Oiskry.
Yeah, both Lambos now.
So
really,
both of them are currently under pressure.
Yeah, both Lambos are really having to go conservative here. But Oiskry, he's also on 26 cc's. James also. Oh no, sorry. James on 26, Oiskry on 24. So he's got a 2 cc advantage compared to his countrymen. But obviously, James Rigby can be smart with his corner cuts. Gonna need to be conservative here. He has to play this tactically if he wants to get P2 and make it a Rusty's 1-2 to score maximum points to help them in the constructors as well. Because remember, Rusty's can still finish second in the standings. So there's that. They're aiming for second in the standings in their first season. Lambo aiming for first in the standings in their first
Bruno
season.
hitting the wall, and Danny now coming up on him.
Oh wow, okay, so Danny now all over the rear end of this Lamborghini, and the top speed difference is going to be quite crucial here because Danny had a better exit compared to Bruno, so that's going to hamper Bruno's top speed, but I think he's just going to have enough to stay ahead of this Red Bull for the moment. As into the chicane we go, slam on the brakes, 338 kilometers an hour. Danny having to play a little defense or a little offensive here because Bruno's
Bruno
going a
hits
bit
the wall.
defensive, but he has hit the wall, and Danny now up into P4. So the maybe it could be the tower or it could be Bruno trying to go conservative, and it has cost him a position. Danny up to P4 here for Red Bull, and let's see if Danny can keep that P4. Will Bruno be able to do anything?
If
Danny
Victor wouldn't
wide.
have made that
Danny
mistake, he could
wide.
have been fighting here as well.
That is true, but Danny went wide, and Bruno's now back ahead of the Red Bull as Danny made a mistake at the exit of turn 2. So these drivers need to keep it cool as well, because Pixel, remember, he's not. Where's Pixel? How far behind is he? He's oh yeah,
He's about a
he's about
corner
a corner
behind.
behind. Yeah, so if they fight enough, they could lose enough time to where Pixel could get back in this fight. Unlikely, but we shall see. As Vieira is rejoining the game or something. I'm not sure if he retired or not, but I guess he did. So, yep. Oh, Danny, big mistake. The exit of turn 12. Alright. Chris with about 3 laps to go now once he crosses the line. Has really made the undercut work today. Let's see, there we go. Yeah. Alright, where's Oysker in all of this? I think Oysker. What happened to James Rigby? Oh, James Rigby, he's lost some time to Oysker, so there's that.
But he also has to go conservative. He's on 28.
Ah, okay, so James Rigby, I'm going to go conservative and think he's just going to have to settle for P3 today. Won't have enough to fight for P2, and the McLaren is being lapped, of course, so blue flags McLaren. That is Bobby, I believe. And there goes James Rigby through on the McLaren. Danny and Bruno. Looks like Bruno has extended the gap to Danny now. And meanwhile, I think Sam and Pailuka, they've stayed basically about the same distance. Trident, I think, is ahead of these two, which he is. Not sure if the Ferrari's going to have enough to be able to fight Trident here.
And I think Trident is far enough ahead
Yeah, Trident.
for any.
Plus with the CC advantage and numerical advantage, Trident has his
Oh,
own
Bruno makes
25.
another mistake, and Danny is back again on him.
Oh my god, once again these two are going to have to go fighting down the Las Vegas Strip, but this time Danny's a lot closer than he is on the previous lap, and this is going to allow him to even have a better chance into making an overtake at the chicane. Wheel to wheel, side by side, these two are going to go. By the time they slam on the brakes, Danny on the outside, Bruno on the inside, tries to defend that inside line. There's a Lamborghini, Danny later on the brakes compared to the Argentine, and I think Danny has made the overtake stick, so Danny up the inside of the chicane. He's now ahead, but ever so slightly, of this Lamborghini. He's still got to defend it. Bruno on the outside line has the overwhelming speed. I think Danny is going to have to maybe defend this inside, going a little bit
Oysker is
deep.
fighting as well.
Oisker's in a fight as well. Oh yeah, Oisker's now lost some time now, so this fight all over the place now. There's fighting all over the place. Oisker having to go defensive. Both Lambos playing defense right now as he's going a little bit deep into the right-hander, and James Rigby is now made of the Rusties 1-2, I believe. No, Oisker's still ahead for the time being. James isn't able to find a way through, and it's a big mistake by James Rigby hopping over the curb, and he went parallel to the wall, so he's lost some time then. Okay. So James Rigby, and remember, he still has to be conservative here. Oysker on 24 still, James on 28. So Oysker now pulled out a little bit of a gap back to the fight with Danny and Bruno. These two still going hammer on tongue, but look at that, the car behind him. Oh, that's a lapped car, my bad. I thought it was Pixel.
Yeah, Victor is still
Okay.
some time behind.
Alright, well, there we go. Okay, well.
Will anyone flipped on the final lap?
Will anyone flip? But Chris, crucially, speaking of the final lap, he has started his final lap, and I'm gonna do this real quick just because I can. A white flag final lap. Not that it means anything. That's only a NASCAR, but you know, you get the idea. Currently, Danny, I believe he is still fighting with the Lambo of Bruno Raptors, and Bruno is still ahead. Danny isn't able to find a way through. So Bruno
It's
doing
it's
anything
side by
he
side
can.
on my screen,
Yeah,
so
they are
anyone could
side
be
by
ahead
side.
here.
Yeah, they're side by side. Down the
Danny's
main
still
straight we
ahead.
go. Danny doing a bit of a Charlotte Leclerc move, cutting across to try and get a better defensive shape into the corner, but it's not going to work out. I think Bruno is going to get a better exit. These two still going wheel to wheel down this straight, and they might take it all the way to the checkered flag. Is going to depend who can get a better exit out of that chicane. Bruno on the outside, Danny on the inside, and Bruno still ahead of the Red Bull, but Danny now going to have the inside line for this corner. He's going to try a bit of a switchback here, tighter line and a better exit. Can he make the move into this corner? No, not quite, but we're going to go on board with Chris for the remainder of the lap as this man pulled the undercut on the Lamborghini of Bruno Raptors and hasn't looked back since. Lost the championship in Brazil due to a mistake, and it has hurt him, but he says he wants to continue driving and potentially fight for the title next season, and he's remained with Rusty's for another season. He's going to get another Grand Prix win in his career. He wins the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. Under the lights goes to Rusty's and Chris, so he wins here in Vegas. Oiskry will finish P2. James in P3, but Danny and Bruno, these two. Oh, Danny's going to pit deep. Danny's going to way too deep. He's made a mistake on the brakes, and Danny, horrible mistake on the brakes. Bruno is going to run it up to the line, and he's going to finish P4 to make it a Lambo 2.
Was that an overtake off track?
No. Danny wasn't making the corner anyways. He was not.
No,
gonna
because
make
I
the
think
corner.
Danny
go
made the
AFK,
corner.
I gotta go AFK.
It's just that Bruno just cut, and yeah, I have it on video, so
Yeah, I got it on video
from
too,
above.
so, yeah, okay. Well, there's the Las Vegas Grand Prix.